Welcome back out to NAD Park in beautiful Bremerton. Wait, that's not true at all. Bremerton itself is not beautiful. This park is beautiful, but there aren't many parts of Bremerton that are that beautiful. There's a few. Anyways, I'm out here going to play myself a one disc challenge. So I have here a disc that you guys probably have not seen. This is a Prodigy M3. It is actually a factory markout. I'm pretty sure because there's some weird bubbling around the edge of this disc, all the way around the outside. There's a couple spots where it's worse, where it's almost like it got too hot or something when it was being injected and molded or something. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but it's definitely a weird texture all the way around the outside rim. Also, I'll be honest, it's kind of cool because it's a little different color, but I feel like that's not the most beautiful color either. I don't know. I kind of like it because it's very different. But the story behind ending up with this disc is probably a year or more ago. I was at the disc golf store and I was picking up a disc for myself, and then Freya asked if she could get a disc, and that's when she bought her Tianak, I believe, which she throws a lot, so I don't regret that at all. But I had Brynja with me too, and she wanted to buy a disc, and how can you say to one daughter, yes, you can, and no to the other? Even though I don't think Brynja has ever thrown a disc on a disc golf course ever. And so she wanted a disc, and I said it had to be under $10. She found this on the they have like a rack that has like factory seconds and stuff like that at the local store. So she found this and she wanted this, so I bought it for her, and she has never thrown it. I've thrown this disc, I think, twice, neither of which were on film. So I honestly don't really know very well how this flies. My impression is that it's something very similar to my Buzz. So, yeah, we're gonna try a one disc challenge with a disc that I don't know. All right, hole 1, 228 feet. It's just right up there. I do kind of like these new baskets, sort of. I actually feel like these don't catch the discs as well as the old baskets here. But what I do like about them is they're easy to see. So right up there, I'll be 100% honest, I'm not feeling the top right now. You might be able to hear it in my voice. So between not feeling real great and not warmed up, I don't know if I'm getting there with a mid, but we're going to see how this goes. Oh, that's definitely not getting there. I hope I didn't just throw that into the swamp. Well, it turns out I absolutely just threw it in the swamp. But good news, it's been dry enough. The swamp is just very densely packed mud now. So not even really getting dirty getting this. There we go. That's a tap in. Hole 2, 260 feet. It's right out there. Beautiful hyzer line. Not sure I'm throwing a mid 260 feet, but hey, that's what we're going to try to do, right? Just as a heads up, we are going to be doing a 9-hole loop here. I'm going to do my favorite one, which is the holes 1, 2, 5, 6, and then 13 through 18. So yeah, let's see what I can do here. Not the right gap. In fact, not a gap. That wasn't a gap. Well, with a little bit of shorter distance, I think maybe I'll go to a mid-range and throw my M3. I don't know. I probably got 70 or 80 feet off of that throw. So I'm still probably 160, 180 feet out. But I also can't do a run up from here. So hopefully I still can get there. If that swings it enough. Oh, I'm probably 20 or 30 feet short. I think that's a pretty good spot. Oh, looks like I lied. This is definitely not 20 or 30 feet short. So, woo, point of view putt. All right, jumping over to hole 5. According to the sign, it's right there. It's 207, which in theory should be not necessarily a tough reach for a mid-range. So yeah, just gonna try to throw it flat and see how it goes. This is one of those shots I actually kind of was looking forward to because it's a good way for me to tell the actual flight of this thing. Does it hold straight? Does it hyzer easy? Does it turn over if I try to release it real straight? So let's see. Well, I think flies pretty straight. Also, I didn't get enough on it. All right, so just pretty simple layup here. Well, mostly simple layup. Yeah, that's it. That's less than 10 feet. That's happened. Hole 6, 177, uphill. Um, I don't know. Something doesn't feel right about doing a forehand on this disc. I don't know why that is, but at some point I got to try it just so I can test how it feels. So I'm gonna go forehand because I like the forehand on this hole. So we're gonna try the forehand and see how that goes. I mean, to be honest, I think it's gonna be fine. It just there's something inside me that doesn't want to throw forehand on this disc. I mean, it wasn't a good throw. Maybe because the grip felt weird. I don't know. I don't know about that. This is one of those strange holes where it's not good to be dead center in the fairway because now I've got 2 massive guardian trees right in my way. But there's a pretty easy hyzer line here, so. Whoo, to almost go in, jeez. And, woo, point of view putt. I think earlier I said 1, 2, 5, 6, and 13 through 18. No, that's 10 holes. 1, 2, 5, 6, 14 through 18. Anyways, hole 14, 236. Realistically, pump it straight as you can and let it hyzer down the hill. Hopefully you don't go to the bottom of the hill. That felt pretty good. I may skip past the basket though. Okay, so that ended up being one of the better throws I've ever had on this hole. This is 20 feet for a birdie. It's uphill, not confident, and I'm not putting with a putter. But it is 20 feet for a birdie. Yay, birdie! Hole 15, 237. Just up over the hill, slightly to the right. Not a long ways to the right. I really like doing the forehand on this. I feel like probably about the Diamondback is my choice disc here these days. I used to always use the Raider, but I think the Diamondback is probably my right choice right now. I don't know. I really figured that out for sure. Maybe even like the Evader. I don't know. Regardless, I don't have any of those discs here. I have an M3. So I'm gonna try the forehand again on this. Try to get it flat up over the hill and see if it does what I want it to. And let's be honest, I'm not gonna get it flat, but I can get it close to flat, which will give it a little bit of a flex line, which would be a good thing for this disc. Okay. Ooh, that felt like a better throw, though I kind of threw it into the ground. I think that's what I'm doing is I'm throwing it into the ground because that's deeper lip. I need to angle it up a little bit. Again, should be just pretty simple hyzer in. Not as simple as it thought, though. Ooh, that's gonna end up left. Should leave me only about 20 feet though. So I wouldn't quite call this a gimme, but it's only like 15 feet. Hole 16, 156. Basket's just right there, but it is absolutely a left to right bending fairway. Because anything going straight at it or right side is just absolutely littered with trees. I'm just debating, do I try to go the Anheuser? It's pretty much saying I'm not getting birdie. But I'm pretty sure I can pull apart with a bad forehand also. So I'm thinking I gotta go the forehand just to give it another shot. Try putting a little more nose up on it because I think that's the problem I've been having. With the deeper rim underneath the disc, putting my finger down there, I think I'm pinching and making it a little nose down. So I'm throwing it into the ground because the last two in a row I've just thrown real low. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna do the forehand, try to get a little more nose up and see how that goes. Well, I got a little more nose up, but then I put a little Anheuser on it. Oh well, I should be able to make par from there. I don't honestly know if I'm blocking the shot here or not. I don't think I am. But it's about the only place I could find to put the camera that was even close to level so I could make it stand up. No cameraman today. I don't even have my bag with me to try to anchor the camera. So got to take level ground where you find it. Easy 10-footer. Hole 17, 201. A mid seems actually like an appropriate disc for this. So gonna try to throw a little bit of Anheuser to let it drift over, fade in towards the basket. This is a possible birdie. That being said, this hole and I don't really get along, so we're gonna try it anyways. I have the camera a little bit off to the side of the tee pad, so the throw might look a little weird, just because I needed to not have the camera looking right into the sun. So yeah, I guess we'll see how it turns out. This disc, probably from the same defect that it has around the rim, it has a grainy feel in some spots on the underside of the rim, which makes me keep thinking it's dusty and dirty, but it's not. It's just the feel of the plastic. Oh, oh, mantra of the disc golf disc golf in the Pacific Northwest. That shot would have been great if it weren't for that tree. All right, so I chewed up half the hole. It's really not that far in. This is a perfect owl shot, but I don't have the owl, obviously. I have an M3. Come down. Oh, that may have hit the backside hill and rolled to the bottom. I hope not. Absolutely got lucky on that one. I thought for sure it was hitting the backside of this hill and just going down. And on to hole 18, 225. So I'm finding this disc to be actually kind of similar to the Buzz GT, not like a classic Buzz, with a little bit of stability. Maybe a tiny bit straighter, but it definitely does not turn at all for me. And in fact, when I do put Anheuser on it, it seems to want to come out of it somewhat quick. But if I lay it flat, it'll stay flat for a ways. Regardless, with that kind of flight, I really honestly don't think I have any chance of getting to the pin on a backhand. So I'm going to go back to the forehand. I'm going to try the forehand again. Figure one of these times I'll get it right. You know, keep trying. Yeah. Okay. Just an easy up and down. Should be an easy putt. All right, and one more time. Woo! Point of view putt. Hey guys, that was 9 holes at NAD. Doing a win disc challenge with, I'm relatively certain it's a Prodigy M3. The owner of the store wrote 171 M3 4 on the bottom. The 171, I'm assuming it's 171 grams. M3, the model, and then 4. I don't know what the 4 is. So I hope I'm reading that right. But I like it, actually. I like it quite a bit. I don't know, the imperfections on it, I can't decide if they're just fun or if they're bothering me. Like, honestly, the kind of the grittiness on the inside rim in a few spots did bother me occasionally, but it's only in a few spots, so I can just rotate the disc and no big deal. And then also the underside of it here, right here, is actually kind of sharp. Kind of digs into the hand a little bit. So, I don't know. I don't know if it'll make it in my bag. If it does, it's probably replacing the Buzz GT because they're just very similar. I've already got I've already got a little more understable disc with the gauge, and I've already got a definitely more overstable with the runway in that mid-range section. So I don't know that I need this and the Buzz in the bag. So I don't know. Maybe I need to do a Buzz versus M3 battle and see how that goes. I don't know. Regardless, thank you guys for coming out and enjoying the ride, and I hope you guys have a great day.